Today, our topic is what would Marcus Aurelius say about social media. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, lived nearly 2,000 years ago, long before the age of smartphones, Instagram, or Twitter. Yet his teachings from Age Meditations offer timeless wisdom that can help us navigate the modern world, especially when it comes to the challenges of social media. If Marcus Aurelius were alive today, he might not have a Facebook account, but he would have a lot to say about how we use these platforms and how they shape our minds, our values, and our relationships. Let's imagine what he might tell us. First, Marcus Aurelius would remind us that social media is just a tool, not something that defines us. He believed in focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. Social media itself is neutral, it's how we use it that matters. He would say, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realizes this, and you will find strength. In other words, we can choose how we engage with social media. We can use it to connect, learn, and share, or we can let it control us, feeding our insecurities, envy, and distractions. The choice is ours. One of the biggest challenges of social media is comparison. We see someone's perfect vacation, their success, their happiness, and we feel like we're falling behind. Marcus Aurelius would tell us to stop comparing ourselves to others. He wrote, "Comparison is the thief of joy." He believed that true happiness comes from within, not from external validation or how we measure up to others. Social media often creates an illusion of perfection, but Marcus would remind us that everyone has struggles, even if they don't show them online. Instead of comparing, he would advise us to focus on our own journey, our own values, and our own growth. Another issue with social media is how it can distract us from what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius valued presence and mindfulness. He often wrote about the importance of living in the moment and not wasting time on things that don't align with our purpose. He might say that social media can be a dangerous distraction, pulling us away from real life, our relationships, our work, and our inner peace. He would encourage us to set boundaries with these platforms, to use them intentionally, and to not let them consume our time and attention. Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one, he said. In other words, instead of scrolling endlessly or getting caught up in online debates, we should focus on living well and doing good in the real world. Marcus Aurelius also believed in the importance of self-discipline. He would likely see social media as a test of our ability to control our desires and impulses. The endless notifications, the urge to check our phones, the need for likes and comments, these are all temptations that can pull us away from our higher goals. He would say that true freedom comes from mastering ourselves, not from giving in to every whim. You have to assemble your life, your self-action by action, and be satisfied if each one achieves its goal as far as it can. This means using social media with purpose, not out of habit or addiction. One of the most valuable lessons Marcus Aurelius could teach us about social media is the importance of perspective. He often reminded himself that life is short, and that we should focus on what truly matters. Social media can make small things seem big, a rude comment, a disagreement, a missed opportunity for validation. But Marcus would ask us to step back and see the bigger picture. Keep in mind how fast things pass by and are gone, of those that are now, and those to come. In the grand scheme of life, how many likes you get or how many followers you have doesn't matter. What matters is how you live, how you treat others, and how you grow as a person. Marcus Aurelius would also warn us about the noise of social media. He believed in clarity of thought and the importance of listening to our inner voice. Social media is full of opinions, trends, and information, but not all of it is valuable or true. He would advise us to be selective about what we consume and to think critically about what we see and hear. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. This is especially important in the age of fake news and misinformation. Marcus would encourage us to seek truth, to question what we read, and to not let the noise of social media cloud our judgment. Another Stoic principle that Marcus Aurelius would apply to social media is the idea of focusing on what we can control. We can't control what others post, how they react, or how many likes we get. But we can control how we respond, what we share, and how much time we spend on these platforms. He would remind us that worrying about things outside our control is a waste of energy. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. In other words, if social media makes us anxious or upset, it's not the platform's fault, it's our own reaction. We have the power to change how we think about it. Marcus Aurelius believed in the importance of humility and modesty. Social media often encourages self-promotion and the need to stand out. But Marcus would remind us that true greatness doesn't come from seeking attention or validation. You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you. He would advise us to be humble, to focus on doing good rather than being praised, and to remember that we are all part of a larger whole. Instead of trying to impress others online, he would encourage us to live with integrity and to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. Finally, Marcus Aurelius would likely see social media as an opportunity to practice Stoic virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Wisdom in how we use these platforms, courage in being authentic and true to ourselves, justice in how we treat others online, and temperance in how much time and energy we devote to them. He believed that life is a practice, and that every moment is a chance to grow and improve. Social media, with all its challenges, can be a part of that practice if we approach it with intention and mindfulness. In conclusion, while Marcus Aurelius never encountered social media, his teachings offer valuable guidance for how we can navigate it today. He would remind us to focus on what's within our control, to avoid comparison and distraction, to seek truth and clarity, and to live with humility and purpose. Social media is a powerful tool, but it's up to us to use it wisely. As Marcus would say, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. If we fill our minds with the noise and negativity of social media, our souls will reflect that. But if we approach it with mindfulness and virtue, we can use it to enrich our lives and the lives of others. So, the next time you open your phone, ask yourself, what would Marcus Aurelius do?